UFC 282 will mark the promotion's last pay-per-view event of the year, and to get the people excited, they've got none other than Paddy the Baddy Pimblett.
Oh, he's a fire!
Oh, the big right hand! Oh my goodness, on the ropes! Oh!
Co-headlining the event. Paddy has exploded onto the UFC scene in the past year or so, and will now face his toughest test in the form of Jared "Flash" Gordon. So let's take a look at the upcoming lightweight bout, which might have some title implications for next year. Paddy Pimblett. It's only right that we start off this breakdown with Paddy, one of the breakout stars of this year. He holds a record of 19-3 with 15 finishes.
I'm a Scouser. We don't get knocked out. I take that all day.
And is currently riding a 3-fight winning streak in the UFC. Of course, all 3 fights came via finish, and Paddy earned himself a healthy bonus for each one. That is one of the reasons why Paddy became such a star, as not only does he have a unique fighting style that leads to finishes, but can talk on the mic with the best of them.
You saying, lol, you're a proper helmet.
And his genuine good guy nature comes across clearly as well. Besides, he's just like a regular guy, much like the rest of us. He likes to party, eat a whole bunch of pizza, drink beer, and rock a weird hairdo. The only difference being that he can fight with the best of them. He came into the UFC as a former Cage Warriors featherweight champ, but it seems as if his eating habits caught up to him early, as he has transitioned to the 155-pound weight division since. His fighting style is grappling heavy, where he is constantly looking to get the submission. But don't sleep on Paddy's hands, as his wild hooks carry a lot of power.
Mike, he's a fighter. Oh, look at that. Right from Paddy the Baddy.
Just ask Luigi Vendramini, whom Paddy knocked out in his UFC debut. And at just 27 years old, it looks as if Paddy is entering his prime, both physically and in terms of popularity, as with each fight, he becomes a bigger and bigger draw. But Jared Gordon will attempt to derail the Paddy hype train when he steps foot inside the octagon at UFC 282. Jared Gordon. Gordon might be far from being a household name, but he is a bona fide MMA veteran. With a record of 19-5, Flash Gordon has been competing since 2011 and has fought the best in the UFC since 2017. Like Paddy, Gordon also came into the UFC as a former champ. Gordon had won the Cage Fury featherweight championships, but his UFC career hasn't been as smooth as Paddy's. He has a 7-4 record in the UFC, with his most notable win coming earlier this year when he thoroughly defeated the ever-dangerous Leonardo Santos. Gordon has a complete MMA game, as he possesses a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt and has had extensive boxing training as well. Not to mention the incredible heart and determination, as he has battled back from a heavy addiction to turn his life around. And a win for Gordon would be nothing short of life-changing, as this is the biggest fight of his career. So we'd expect to see the best version of Flash Gordon. So let's see how these two lightweights match up in more detail. Striking. Paddy is known for his grappling abilities, but he's not afraid to throw hands either. Currently, he has a 4.19 strike per landed minute rate, which is well above the UFC average. And part of the reason why Paddy is so successful at landing his strikes is because of how fast and accurate he is. Over 53% of his strikes land on his opponents, while absorbing only 3 strikes per minute. So he has a clear positive differential. However, his recent fights were more ground battles apart from his UFC debut against Vendramini. Against Vendramini, Paddy landed 47 strikes in the very first round, with 29 being to the head and 11 to the legs and the rest to the body. So this gives us a deeper look into his striking preferences, as he is clearly someone looking to end the fight quickly with a big KO blow. So you might not find nuanced striking or a bunch of feints, but if you give Paddy an opening, he will crack your chin. But Gordon is no slouch on his feet either. His striking accuracy is at 58%, which is impressive seeing that he lands 5.53 strikes per minute. Paddy does only have a 41% striking defense,
Corner. Oh! Huge left for Vendramini!
which means he is there to be hit by Gordon. In his most recent fight, Gordon landed over 200 strikes with a 70% accuracy rate, and the damage was equally distributed, as Gordon landed 67 head strikes, 41 body shots, and 8 leg kicks. The 41 body shots are the key, as it shows that Gordon is comfortable on his feet and can flow from head to body, while Paddy is mainly aiming for the head. Paddy might possess more power though because he puts the entire weight of his body behind some of his punches. But we will have to give the striking edge to Flash Gordon as he is clearly more seasoned on the feet. Grappling. Submissions are the bread and butter of Paddy's game. His last 2 wins inside the octagon come via rear naked choke finish and has a total of 9 submission wins to his name. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt as well. He averages 1.88 takedown attempts per 15 minutes, but only has about a 40% accuracy rate. This could be tricky against a veteran like Gordon. However, when the fight does get to the ground, Paddy attempts 4.7 submissions per 15 minutes, which is incredible when the UFC average is only 0.56. In his last 2 fights, which he won via submission, he only needed 1 takedown to get the finish. That speaks volumes about his control and pressure, as well as his poise on the ground. While Gordon has a higher takedown rate than Paddy at 1.97 takedowns landed per 15 minutes, he has yet to submit his opponent. So he prefers control and position more than chasing a submission finish. However, if Gordon can have it his way, he'd rather make it a stand-up battle. One recent Gordon fight that might foreshadow this one is his contest against Grant Dawson. Dawson took Gordon down 7 times and eventually submitted him via a rear naked choke. History could repeat itself if Paddy can get Gordon to the ground. That is why we would favor Paddy the Baddy in the grappling realm. X Factor. The X Factor for Paddy has to be his takedowns. He doesn't come from a traditional wrestling background, which is why he can struggle with getting the fight to the ground sometimes. It is clear that he does the best work with his grappling, so if he can't get Gordon to the ground, he could be in big trouble. While for Flash Gordon, the X Factor might have to be the pressure. This is the highest profile fight of his career with the most eyeballs watching him. He will have a lot of pressure on him as the stakes of this fight are higher than ever. If he derails the Paddy hype train, it could change his fortunes, because for now, Gordon has been a middling featherweight and lightweight. So we should pay close attention to how he is dealing with the spotlight. Predictions. As far as the official odds are concerned, Paddy is favorited at -190, while Gordon comes in at the underdog at +160. One reason for these odds is that Paddy should be the larger man inside the octagon, which will favor his chances of getting Gordon to the ground. If Paddy can secure a takedown, we could see him getting an early submission finish, as been his MO inside the octagon. While for Gordon, he would do best by testing Paddy's gas tank, and also zapping some of his fighting spirit by stuffing takedowns and landing body strikes for a couple of rounds, and either winning via decision, or if he can hurt Paddy to the body late in the fight, he could land a knockout blow. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell beside it so that you're notified of the next time we upload a new video. And with that being said, you just watched us break down the upcoming lightweight co-main event between Paddy Pimblett and Jared Gordon. We'll see you next time.